Hi, I'm Alchemist 2, and I'm back again with another movie review. Recently, Dad and I went to see The Watch because I thought it was going to be hysterical. I love Jonah Hill. I love Ben Stiller. I adore Vince Vaughn. And the man that played Jamarcus, I like him too, but I wasn't really that familiar with him. He reminded me of a combination of 4 and 11 from Doctor Who. You know, the Doctor. He looks like the Doctor, and he sounded like the Doctor to me, and I thought it's the Doctor. I kept thinking, I thought, quit it. But the movie itself was entertaining, but it was kind of lame. Actually, it was very lame, and it's not the worst movie I've seen all year, but I'm definitely going to put it on my top 10 bad movies of 2012 because it was not up to my expectations at all. I mean, there were funny moments, but it was mostly perverse body humor, which was all guy related, and um, I really wasn't amused by that too terribly much. And the aliens reminded me of the Slitheen because, spoiler alert, they peel the skin off of their victims and wear it, just like the Slitheen do. Ooh, I wonder where they got that idea. Maybe they've been watching Doctor Who. Um, they did a parody of Avatar in the film. That part I thought was kind of funny. The interrogation scene was the only redeemable thing, other than when they got uh, the alien technology and they found it and they all put their fingers in it and blew things up for whatever reason. It was a detonator. It caused everything to explode. That part was actually kind of cool. Actually, I thought that it was awesome, and pointless explosions usually entertain me, but um, I just came away from the film feeling kind of empty, and I was wondering, why am I even laughing? Because there are a lot of scenes in the film that weren't really that funny, and the whole synopsis is you've got Evan, played by one of my favorite comedians of all time, Ben Stiller. He's a Costco employee, and he works his way up to manager, and there is an immigrant who's recently become American citizen, and that night while he's going through the aisles of Costco getting drunk off vodka and popping pills, there's a presence within the store, and he gets killed, unfortunately. And of course, Ben Stiller's character is very sensitive, and you see him crying to the Spanish version of The Sound of Silence in his car right after his funeral. And then he decides to create a club called the Neighborhood Watch, and his logo is an eye surrounded by wings. And he inducts Franklin, who was at the ball game when when they're talking about Alejandro's death, and Bob is played by Vince Vaughn, and Jamarcus doesn't become involved. Well, Jamarcus just kind of shows up, and Jamarcus is British, and like I said, he reminds me of a combination of 4 and 11, which is really unusual, and maybe a little bit of a darker version of 4 with the curly hair, and 11 because just of how tall he is and lanky. Um, Other than that, uh, the interrogation scene with the hooligan, well, there are lots of hooligans, only one gets caught and taken back to the police department to for for Franklin and Evan to talk to him. Look at him, but understand nothing. Look at his face. Listen. Wait. Look at him, but understand nothing. Watch him, but understand my face. That part, I don't know why, but that was the only thing that I really laughed about, other than the scene with the creepy neighbor, and you figure out that at first they think he's an alien because the aliens have been taking skin and wearing it, and he's actually into pleasure, and he has this huge orgy going on, and that scene was actually pretty amusing. I thought it was very funny, and I got a lot of kicks out of that. And I'm gonna say that that scene in and of itself has the most dildos I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've not seen that many, honestly, and maybe it'll break a world record for that, but it's just, I felt so sorry for Jonah and Vince and Ben and even Jamarcus, because Jamarcus, I hate it when films do this, but he was portrayed as, he's a foreigner, and guess what? He's an alien. Ah, yeah, who would have thought? I thought Doctor Who all over again, because guess what? All of the doctors were British. Yeah, I think that they took a lot from Doctor Who, and we're trying to parodize that, as well as Alien and a few other sci-fi films of the same genre. It was kind of like Independence Day meets Keystone Cops or something. It just wasn't really that well done. I would give it 2.5 stars, and 2 thumbs down. I wanted it to be funny. I just wanted it so desperately to have something I could walk away with that would be amusing to me, and it wasn't. I liked Jim Marcus's character. The funniest thing that I saw, and I know it's a little bit demeaning to men, but when Jamarcus says that their weakness was in their manhood, that's where their brain was located, and he says, "Well, isn't that true of all men?" And no, it's not. I hate to tell you, but that's not really true of the stronger sex, honestly. And I will speak for all my male friends out there. You know who you are. I do not believe that all of your brains are located in your penis. No, that's just not true at all. Maybe for that particular race it was, because Jamarcus comes in the scene in the Costco and just starts blasting out their junk as boom, boom, boom. He starts pelleting them right in the jewels. I thought, I didn't know whether to feel sorry or whether to cringe in pain, or it really wasn't that good of a film, and I should have gone to see Ruby Sparks, because I was more interested in that, and that had a better storyline than this piece of crap did. But oh well, it was entertaining. The only thing that was really good about it was the special effects. The special effects, the aliens, how they were rendered, they were really scary and frightening, and I thought that maybe they would do a parody of hentai with that, with the tentacles and whatnot, but no. The only reason I know about that is because I read. I don't watch any of that stuff. It's just not up my alley. But it reminded me of that, and it just felt like a badly written. It should have been made for TV. I mean, it was pretty bad. It had some redeemable moments that were, it was more silly than anything, and I like goofy comedies, but this doesn't. It didn't add up, and it just wasn't that good. So that's basically my assessment of the watch. So if you're going to see a movie this weekend, I would probably recommend Ruby Sparks, which hopefully I can see that and forget this movie as soon as possible. That's all I have to say. It was pretty bad. I mean, it wasn't the worst film I've ever seen. It was mediocre at best.